General Grievous versus Maul. So you've got General Grievous from Revenge of the Sith, and then you've got Darth Maul from specifically the Phantom Menace. So I assume just when he takes out Qui-Gon Jinn when he's fighting Obi Wan, that level of Darth Maul. Are we agreeing on that?
I think so.
Yeah.
What do you think? Do you think? I mean, Rebels one's quite powerful too, but he's missing his legs, so I'd say Phantom Menace makes sense.
Yeah. No. Yeah, I agree. Okay.
Is that what is the peak? Is that the peak? Because it's definitely not peak intelligence, that's for sure.
No, I think
but
peak battle experience is probably the Clone Wars. I think in Rebels he knows he's lost. I think Rebels, all he cares about is revenge on Kenobi. He doesn't care about an empire anymore. He's given up on all that, I believe.
Why don't we try? Why don't we say Clone Wars, and that way we've got robot legs versus robot legs.
Yeah. Let's do it. Okay. So we're saying the Clone Wars Darth Maul versus General Grievous. They're both doomed to fail. They're both characters that are just doomed to fail. But you got to bear in mind what each one of them are. Darth Maul is a powerhouse who is just angry all the time, and that goes against him. And then General Grievous, although he is things like multiple arms, the element of surprise, and just shock, he is also a coward. And something else you have to bear in mind about General Grievous is that he lost to Ventress until his droid started gunning her down, because she was about to basically slice him up. But he also has this thing that I don't think people talk about this enough. He has the ability to effectively learn his opponent's moves and use his opponent's moves against him, or use someone else's moves that could counteract that. It's very similar to, in Captain America Civil War, when Captain America is pummeling on Iron Man, and the AI in Tony's suit is basically says, analyzes fight patterns, and then he's like, let's kick his ass. That's effectively what General Grievous can do to Jedi, which is why no one ever allowed him to go up against Mace Windu. Mace Windu was never allowed to go and fight General Grievous, even though he did in the 2003 Clone Wars, because it was a last resort.
Wait, so he was literally not allowed to?
Yes, so Yoda said to Mace, like, we don't want you because of the style of lightsaber form that you developed yourself, because Mace Windu uses a lightsaber form which is a variant of Form 7, which I don't know if you remember, but that's the dark side form from that we talked about in our... Was it our third episode?
Lightsaber form video.
Or was it our second episode?
It might have been episode what?
No, episode one was lightsaber colours. So Mace Windu has this lightsaber form called Vapad, which is a variant of...
Oh, I actually got it right. I don't know if you heard me. I said that.
It is Vapad, but Vapad is a variant, a sort of light side-ish variant of Form 7, which I think is called Juyo. Yeah, you've got it.
Knowledge, brain expand. Many wrinkles.
Yes, because Form 7 is basically uses dark side energy. It uses all your anger and all your effectively dark to basically just use blistering rage against your opponent without unbalance, if that makes sense. And basically, Windu developed a form that throws his opponent's dark side back at him. And if General Grievous is able to learn that, because he's technically not a Force user, but I'm sure there's a way that in his cybernetics, because he does have experience of all 7 lightsaber forms because it's imprinted into him, I imagine. Not very well. Let's be honest, because he loses quite a lot. But Yoda didn't want Grievous learning that. And the thing is, Darth Maul uses Form 7, so I think Grievous would... it's so difficult. I think this one is one that I don't know how to answer. I've always had an answer for all of them so far, whether it was Luke versus Anakin, or Starkiller versus Ahsoka, or Rex versus Django. This one I genuinely don't have an answer for because they're both so shit at ending duels. Like they're
it's just forever. They're just fighting forever.
They're just fighting, running away. Wait, the other guy's running away, running back again.
Shall I make it harder for you? What if I said the animated Clone Wars? So not,
that makes
not
it easier. You mean the anime 2003? Yeah.
Yeah.
Grievous.
Well,
Grievous straight away takes that.
Yeah.
Grievous went against 6 Jedi and won. Maul doesn't stand a chance. If we're talking about the Clone Wars Maul against 2003 Jenna Grievous, that makes it so much easier.
Were they any Jedi of note, though? What was one of them, County Mundi, or just the same race?
Yeah. County Mundi had his ass wiped.
Yeah.
But he also had Shaq T as well. Only had Shaggy Jedi as well.
If we're talking Maul end of Clone Wars when he like literally walked through a Star Destroyer crushing it with his mind, couldn't he just crush the heart and just be like
Yeah, at least my thinking, my unknowledgeable, I don't know anything. The fact that we're talking about Clone Wars Darth Maul changes everything in my mind. I feel like if we went Phantom Menace Darth Maul, I feel like Grievous would have him no problem. However, Clone Wars, because he's still got a lot of that strength, he's still now got that intelligence. I feel like Grievous is kind of done for now. But if it was Phantom Menace Darth Maul, I think it would change the story.
Really?
Yeah, because Phantom Menace, not Darth Maul, lost to someone who had literally the low ground, and was just like, ha ha ha, I've won. Wait, what? Stab.
Well, technically, Maul beat both of them, but he toyed with Obi Wan for a little bit. Like, I could just force push him down, and I've won. But I want to toy. I'm enjoying this. I've won this battle now, which he technically could have if he wasn't such a dick. And I think that's his downfall. He doesn't. His arrogance kind of gets the better of him. And I think General Grievous has overconfidence, but I think Maul in the Clone Wars especially has confidence. He's confident in his abilities. We see him beat Savage, who is just a powerhouse of strength, quite quickly. So I think if we're talking about Clone Wars Maul, I think he does win the fight. However, can he finish the fight? That's my take on it. So I do think Maul wins the fight.
Okay.
Yeah, like what James said with Ahsoka versus Starkiller. James thinks Ahsoka. You're wrong, but Ahsoka would get away.
So what you're telling me is that he wouldn't finish the fight.
Reference. Yeah, I think.
Sorry, I just felt like
that's all right. You have to do it when you've got that available. You got it, haven't you? I got
to use it once in a while.
Sorry, I realise I've been talking a lot during this. I think Maul would win, but Grievous would get away.
Okay, interesting.
That's just the same thing I said about Ahsoka and Starkiller.
I literally just said that.
I know, but I'm just like, you're stealing my words, word for word, man. I thought you'd at least take my homework and change the words a little bit, man.
I did do that. I referenced your work. I said it previously. I referenced your work here.
Copyright your material, James. What if, Clone Wars Maul versus 2003 Clone Wars Grievous?
I think Grievous takes it. I think that Legends General Grievous, he is
built different.
He is built different.
Well, he's definitely not a coward. Here's a question that's always confused me about Legends Grievous. It's the fact that he is so not that by the time we see him in Revenge of the Sith. Like, he is a coward in Revenge of the Sith.
Why do you think it was retcon?
Yeah.
He's like,
that's the thing.
2003 Clone Wars is the first appearance, isn't it?
Yeah, there's a video on YouTube somewhere. I don't know who said this, but somewhere. I have no evidence to back this up. This is just a rumor that I heard that the description of General Grievous was given to the guys animating the Clone Wars in 2003 of this character that was going to make a debut. Well, sorry, appear in Episode 3 as the henchman. if that makes sense.
Right.
And they're like, wow, this is really cool. We can do so much with this in animation. And then they release, and George Lucas was like, oh, no, actually, he's a coward. He's actually really not very good.
And he's got asthma.
we did find out about the asthma. And that was Mace Windu at the very end of it, crushing his chest in.
So literally, what we're saying is that Maul could just crush his chest in.
Yeah, but is Maul intelligent enough to do that, and will he actually do it?
Well, that's what I'm saying. Like, if it's Clone Wars Maul, yes. If it's Phantom Menace Maul, yeah, he just loses because he'll be like, ha ha ha, I've won. Ah!
Well, Clone Wars Maul, I still think toys with him a little bit. Like, let's not forget all his fights as Obi Wan.
No, but he wants vengeance. Like he really wants Obi-Wan. If we're talking about like the end of the Clone Wars, you know, after he's escaped the ship and he's forming his own criminal empire, Maul, like he is calculating by that point. He has stopped being I'm brute force. Like with his age, he's like I'm going to think about my actions, and he would really think about it. So I honestly think that, you know, Maul would take it just from pure. And I do agree with you, back to my original point before about Ahsoka, yes, Grievous, I think, would get away, but he would definitely get away with the...
I think you're half right. I think you're half right. I think when it matters, for example, when he's going up against Pre Vizsla, I think he's like, I need to beat this guy, let's just get the job done. However, still, when he's going up against Jedi, like Ahsoka, like Obi-Wan, I still feel like he's not ready to get it done. And I don't think he gets to that point until it gets to Rebels. So if we're talking about but the thing is, I think he's less powerful in Rebels because he's lost everything. He doesn't care anymore.
No, yeah, 100%.
Darth Maul in Rebels is he's just like sitting on the sofa with a beer in his hand. He's like a bit
just
fat and chubby now. Yeah.
Kenobi!
I don't think that's like beer in your hand vibe, James.
Well, you know.
Kenobi. Kenobi. Just. It is his image on the screen.
When I was a college fan before I met Kenobi, everything was fine.
He just looks at a framed picture of Kenobi with a single tear rolls down.
Yeah. So, are we saying Maul takes this? Clone Wars Maul takes it.
Yeah, Clone Wars Maul.
Yeah, I think he wins the fight.
I
don't think he finishes the job.
I do think, however, from what we were talking about, 2003 General Grievous, I feel like he is the benchmark for, is your character like insanely powerful?
Yeah.
If it's above Clone Wars General Grievous, then your character is like insane.
Yeah. Yeah, that's true.